Hey guys, it's Tara here. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing something a little different. I'm a little behind on this. I recorded this last week when the update came out, 2 weeks ago when the update came out, whenever that was. And I got really distracted with collabs and building and trying to pre-record, so I have some stuff that I can work with on days when I just don't feel creative. And I forgot about this video, and I've been playing a little bit more with this whole create a sim story thing, and I'm freaking loving it so much. Like, I don't know if anybody else is having such an aggressive reaction to it, but I think it is the coolest thing ever. Number one, the idea that you can have a career and some skills when you start as a young adult makes so much sense. Like, I may not be very financially stable or the best at everything, but I can put together a piece of box board crap furniture from Walmart like it's nobody's business because I have that skill, because I've been doing it since my freshman year of college when that's all you can afford. So anyway, this sim is made with the Create a Sim story mode. She has the best-selling author aspiration, she's self-absorbed, she's a bookworm, and she's ambitious. She has high starting funds. I believe that her career is a painter. She has, like the painting skill, duh. And then the handiness skill. So, like, it's just got some cool stuff. Like, I imagine this girl, like, with that storyline is really artsy and really different. So it challenged me to do some things I might not normally do. For example, using purple hair. I would never ever, I don't ever use colorful hair in my Sims. I believe maybe if I was a little more comfortable with CC, I might do that, but I just don't like the tones and the colors. The only time I ever really use something colorful or exciting is if it's like an ombre style and there's some color in it. So I kind of use this purple vibe. I don't know why the purple stuck out to me. I think it's because that's the colorway that hair is in, that new hair that we got in the update. I'm pretty sure that's the colorway that it's in on the box art. So I think that's why I was like, ooh, let me try this out. So I really dig it. I think she came out really cute. Her name is Kencie Kober, and she's got a cute alliteration name. She had high starting funds, and my intention was to take this Create a Sim story mode, get a sim, get a story, and then build a house for them to kind of match that personality or, you know, that storyline. Number one, I was really happy I got high starting funds because more money equals nicer place to live. Number two, I had a lot of fun playing with trying to put like these purplies in her outfits too. Like if you just check out her sleep that we just passed through, I love that it's like purple and teal. It's like, I don't know, it's like her favorite color in the world or something, right? So anyway, number three, I think, after putting her on a lot and trying to build a house, I had an epiphany that she's probably more a San Myshuno resident. So I decided to move her into an apartment and furnish the apartment with her funds, like an artist is living there. So we're gonna jump into that in just a few seconds, minutes here, maybe a minute, and you'll kind of see what I did for her apartment. Now, it's not as fully furnished as I'd like it to be because I still wanted to stick with using her actual budget, but I wanted to see how far the starting funds, the high starting funds, could stretch us. You know what I mean? Because just because they say high, they never like specified what it was. So I got into the lot, and I think her starting funds were 30,000 simoleons. The only thing was I was wishing I gave her like some sort of wonky cat or like a ragamuffin dog of some sort, but I think she's gonna adopt one at some point. I actually was able to spend some time playing the sim after too. Like building her apartment and having her storyline gave me a desire to play the sim, and it's not a type of storyline I might usually do. Like if I ever do like an artsy kind of person, I really have to be struck by the mood, and I'm more of like the type of person who has my Sims paint to make money versus like do the painting career. So like it's more like a side hobby. So we're jumping right on into the renovation here of this apartment. I believe she's in the art district, whatever that section is. I don't remember the name of the apartments because like I said, I did this a week or two ago. but I knew I wanted it to be a 1-bedroom apartment with a lot of space. Basically, it was a 2-bedroom apartment on paper. Like, if you went to rent this apartment, they'd call it 2 bedrooms, but she turned the second bedroom into a studio, which is probably my favorite room in the house. And then she's got her room, which is technically, I mean, both rooms are really the same size, just one's more square and one's more rectangular, but she made her room the quote unquote smaller room, which is the longer rectangular one, so that the studio could be more expansive, if that makes any sense. But I tried to furnish it to match her personality. I really wanted these giant fancy door on the studio thing, but I just couldn't find anything I liked, so I sticked with the regular one. My least favorite part of the apartments, which I think is everyone's least favorite part, is the ability not to be able to change or add or remove windows. So I was kind of torn between what ends up being the dining room being her studio and what ends up being her studio, because, well, I needed a lot of windows. I felt like a studio needs windows, and those are the only 2 rooms that really provide neat windows. So what ends up happening here is this poor kitchen has no windows in it. And I decided I just don't care because it's The Sims and that doesn't really matter. So anyway, back to the details of the renovation here. Trying to make it unique, different, artsy. I used really funky tiles in the bathroom, imagining she either found them or like made them or, you know, something to make it a little bit more unique. I do think they get flipped around a little bit in the end, but I just thought it was a really, really cool idea. We do change some flooring a lot, you know, back and forth. That's like my signature move, is I never know what floor I want. I can pick furniture for days. Usually I'm pretty good about picking wallpapers, but flooring is just a never-ending nightmare for me because I don't think any of it matches very well. So there, I said it. Meh. I made this really cool entryway with some fun tile too that I really liked. I built in some closets, which was another fun idea that I don't really do. I just felt like apartment. I think that the closets, or at least some of the closets, came with City Living, right? Did we get a closet and Get to Work? Was that a thing? I don't remember. Whatever, the point is, we have closets, so I use them. Just doing some open shelving in the kitchen now. I thought that would be a lot more fun. Like, again, artsy thing, something I don't always do. Because if you have open shelving in real life, that's like a nightmare. Everything has to be neat all the time. My personal Tupperware pantry is a disaster. It's like everything just gets thrown in there because I use Tupperware so much every day for lunch, leftovers, that like it's never fully stocked. So I just legitimately throw everything in there and it's never the same the next time I go into the cabinet. So I just don't care. It's a messy place, but it's behind a door and nobody needs to know about it. Except for all of you. You now know about it. So we're kind of jumping around in this renovation, and that is because we have a budget. So I'm trying to get things like I know I need, like a toilet and a sink and a shower and a kitchen and a bed before I do knicky knackies and all that fun stuff, you know, extra whoozy whatsies. These are not words that I'm using, but yeah, that's probably part of my least favorite thing about doing a budget build is that I don't really have a concept of how to spend my money like room by room. I need to jump all over the place, so that probably gives you a lot of anxiety watching this, and you're probably like, this girl is crazy and I just want to look at one room at a time, and I'm sorry, in this case you can't. The bedroom is a whole thing. I really thought about cutting out my struggle here. I wasn't sure if I wanted light timber or dark or carpet or hardwood or exposed brick or pink or purple, or I kept trying to anchor the room around that Moroccan style table and was not having a lot of luck. I tried like this teal colorway, I tried the white, in the end we gave up. I discovered this bed. I have never ever used this color swatch in my life. I don't know why I didn't know it existed, but I felt immediately in love. I love the tone of the wood. I love the like mauvey, pinky, I don't know what's going on. Like it's just really, really pretty. So I'm really happy with that. I think this bedroom looks really cozy. I would want to cuddle up with a book here at the end of the day. And I hope that the sim would like it too. You know, I feel like it gives a little bit of an artsy vibe, but it also gives a classy vibe. I imagine if you've got quote unquote high starting funds and you're a young adult, like established with this create a sim vibe, you probably have some nicer pieces, right? So she bought this fun mirror that she's got in the bathroom, she invested in that bed, and she's not, you know, her sofa isn't this like uncomfortable tiny thing from Wayfair like mine is because I don't have high starting funds and I just needed a couch for my living room. You know what I mean? Anyway, actually, speaking of furniture, I am currently recording this in my brand new, completely furnished office. It's taken me quite some time. I moved into my apartment in the end of May, like May 30th, 31st, that kind of, you know, area. And I got the living room done and my bedroom furniture I all had from my last apartment, but I didn't have anything else for the rest of the apartment. And I had a 2-bedroom apartment where I have my office set up for simming and guests and, you know, all that kind of stuff. But before, it was really just a sad, wobbly desk that I have had since my first year of graduate school, I think, which was 2015 or 16. And that's it. Oh, I bought a bookshelf, but I had been kind of like, you know, planning and saving, and I finally got it all set up. I've got another bookshelf, I've got a much larger, fancier desk, I've got a futon and like some bright pink pillows and an accent chair, and it's so cute. I love it so much and I'm so happy, and now my house is actually complete. Like every room is decorated. I have a gallery wall in my living room, but it still needs a few pictures, but I intend to find those, you know, craft fairs, Goodwill, artists online, etc. I don't want to just like buy stuff to buy stuff. I want to come across stuff that I love and fill up the rest of it there. Probably only need like 3 or 4 more pieces to do so. I also need some art in the office, but again, same thing. I want to actually find something I like. Back to the renovation because we're coming to the end of the video and I need to stop rambling. I love this living room. It's so colorful. I never use that like mix of rugs there, but I just used it, I picked it, and it inspired me, and I have some pops of color on the wall. I've got some black, I've got some brick. I freaking love that living room. That might be like my all-time favorite living room because it's so different from my usual like black and white, neutral, or navy blue. Those are like the only things I know how to do. So I'm really happy with it. I love the gray woods. I don't know. I think this is a killer living room and I can't wait for her to make some more money so I can, you know, bump it up a little bit and add some more here and there. She's also in San Myshuno, which I love because the flea market is sick. You can get some really cool stuff at the flea market, especially if you're not a cheater and you wait to get that couch, like the big poofy couch thing that you can only get at the flea market unless you get it in Buy Debug, which, like, you know, whatever makes you happy. So I think that would end up looking really cute in her studio at some point, hoping that we find it. Speaking of studio, that's the room we're in right now. I'm kind of looking through decorations. I just typed in the debug to try and find some other stuff that I, you know, just like some little extras, some more artsy stuff. What are those things called? You know, those sketches that they have, I love. I was like, I want the fruit bowl because that's that classic, like, oh, I'm painting, you know, this fruit bowl here. I faced the easel towards the window because I thought she'd probably like that. You know, paint out the window, natural light, blah, blah, blah. But in the end, we're coming to the end of the renovation here, and you're kind of just going to see me spending as much of her money as possible so that the place looks filled up and it looks like a nice place that you want to come hang out or live or do art in or, you know, throw your knickknacks around in. But I really hope you enjoyed this video and my ramblings. As usual, I will see you guys next time. Peace, love, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.